in a sea of lies and not even dog whistles during Trump's RNC speech. I'm talking blaring sirens. There was one part that I thought was very effective because it was one of the few things that Donald Trump can say that happens to be true.
And if given the chance, he will be the destroyer. He is not a savior of America's soul. He is the destroyer of America's jobs. And if given the chance, he will be the destroyer of American greatness. For 47 years, Joe Biden took the donations of blue-collar workers, gave them hugs and even kisses. And told them he felt their pain. And then he flew back to Washington and voted to ship our jobs to China and many other distant lands. Joe Biden spent his entire career outsourcing their dreams and the dreams of American workers, offshoring their jobs, opening their borders, and sending their sons and daughters to fight in endless foreign wars, wars that never ended.
So the gaslighting that goes on in the media is, if somebody like me shows something like that, I'm helping to elect Donald Trump. When someone like me in reality, who wanted to defeat Donald Trump, was screaming, and it wasn't just me, Jimmy Dore, Kyle Kalinske, Crystal Ball, all of them. All of them. Whoever else in independent media, screaming the entire time, you are running Hillary Clinton with a penis. You are running someone with the same exact vulnerabilities as Hillary Clinton. You are running somebody who has a worse record than Hillary Clinton because he has a much longer record. You are running someone that actually voted for NAFTA. You are running somebody that actually was on the Senate floor cheerleading for NAFTA. You are running for someone who is for TPP today. Do people, all of these idiots, the consultants, the media, the Democratic Party pundits that litter CNN and MSNBC and offer propaganda to older people to continue voting against their own interests and voting against the own interests of their children and grandchildren, all of these people kept gaslighting when all you had to do, which I did, was read the 2016 exit polls in Michigan, in Wisconsin, in Pennsylvania, and in Ohio. What were the top two issues? It was not Vladimir Putin. It was not Russia, WikiLeaks, Comey, trade, and immigration. Trade and immigration. Gee, why the hell would people in Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, and Pennsylvania care about trade? Why would they be sucked into thinking Mexicans are the ones stealing their jobs? Muslims are taking their jobs. The other is taking their jobs. And why 4 years later would they suddenly no longer care? That wouldn't be a top issue. Free trade deals. We were gaslit into thinking that this guy is the safest, most electable.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it, more lives this year than any other year for the past 100 years.
That's today. As the corporate media, literally, we're living in alternative realities here. CNN and MSNBC were doing naked jumping jacks for Joe Biden's speech today, which went after Trump, which attacked the looters and the protesters and acted tough. The man is not cognitively well. I've been saying it for over a year. I don't wish poor health. I'm not like that. I don't like him. I don't like his policies, but I'm not wishing him bad things. But we've been seeing this for over a year. And they've either chosen not to air it, or they just call it a gaffe. This is honestly, in terms of propaganda, gaslighting, and manufacturing consent, what we are seeing right now, honestly, to tell you the truth, and it pains me to say this, it really, truly pains me to have to say this. If Pete Buttigieg was the nominee, he'd be up by more than 2 points nationally. If Elizabeth Warren was the nominee right now, she'd be polling better and doing better than Joe Biden would. I mean, Andrew Yang, I think, would be doing better than Donald Trump. I mean Biden. Bernie Sanders would be destroying Donald Trump right now. But let me show you something even more concerning. This is the Real Clear Politics average of polls. You know, Real Clear Politics is considered the Bible of polling. You see Hillary Clinton this time in 2016 in the battleground states, which they consider Wisconsin, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Florida, New Hampshire, Minnesota, Nevada. She was up little under 5 points. Hillary Clinton with a penis, i.e. Joe Biden, well, the number's right there for you. Again, I don't focus that much on the national polls. The polls I focus on are the battleground polls. Hillary Clinton was up in some polls up by 10 points towards in October of 2016. Iceberg. Hit. Not ahead. Hit. And by the way, Obama's in the front because Obama, more than anyone, helped rig this thing to elect Joe Biden as a Democratic nominee. And you know, woke Kamala Harris behind him. I will be more than happy to have egg on my face if Joe Biden pulls out a landslide. But frankly, the fact that Joe Biden, during a deadly pandemic that President Trump is responsible for, frankly, that clip I showed you, this Neanderthal, I mean, yes, personal responsibility. All of the maskless people in that RNC convention crowd chose to go there without a mask. So if they get sick, it's on them. But this president has done more to push falsehoods about COVID, to put out false information that has literally killed people, and just had a super spreading event. It's not just those people that are going to get sick. They're going to make other people that didn't go to a convention during a pandemic without masks on top of each other sick. And people are going to die because of Trump and his mega ego and sociopathic, borderline psychopathic actions. But the Democratic Party ran somebody who has no policies, who has no vision, who is a bought-off servant, just a nicer, more civilized than Donald Trump, bought-off servant to the banks, to the fossil fuel companies, Big Pharma, Silicon Valley, military-industrial complex, who the media helped just invent an image that he's a union man, that he's middle-class Joe. Donald Trump, if you think what you just saw, the clip I played of Donald Trump, the rare part of a speech, he's telling the truth, wait for the debates. Wait for Donald Trump. Once they realize this, you know, they will eventually pivot. They're going to realize trying to label Joe Biden a communist, socialist, you know, member of Antifa is not going to fly. And they will pivot to just bashing Biden for NAFTA, for TPP, for crime bill. They're going to go crime bill. They're going to show Alice Johnson and a couple other black people, a few black people Trump's ever done anything for. By the way, that 19% support among black people, that poll came after the RNC, where Trump paraded several black people that he's done a few things for. When I say the Democratic Party is trying to lose, I'm actually convinced they're trying to lose. So it's just unbelievable to me. And frankly, progressives need to be alert. Because I'm telling you right now, I lived this in 2016. I was on the road. Okay? I was at these debates. I had to deal with Donna Brazil's ridiculous bullshit about Russia. And then in the moment, in August and September and October of 2016, paving the road of rationalizations if Hillary Clinton lost. Paving the hysteria, propaganda of Russia stole the election. They're doing it now. If you're seeing, you got James Clapper on CNN screaming Russia's, interfering, stealing the election. Every other day I'm seeing more about Russia stealing the election. Russia's not responsible for the polls in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Arizona. Donald Trump is close in Maine. Not Maine, Minnesota. Do I need to remind you? I've said it 20 times today. Donald Trump, who has been the president presiding over the death of 184,000 Americans. By the way, I think that number is nonsense. I think it's well over 200,000 by now. And oh, by the way, Donald Trump, who through executive action, through leadership, should have said, no, nobody's going back to college right now. Sorry, kiddies. Boys, get the Jergens. Girls, sorry. Nobody is going back to college campuses right now during a pandemic until we have a vaccine that is actually available to people. If you thought April, May was bad, oh, you just wait till everybody's back at school. These campuses opening up. It is absolutely bat crazy. Absolutely bat crazy. And Trump has the power to stop it right now, and he won't. Sorry. Get at me, civil libertarians. I don't really give a damn. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.